It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Pink Dungeon, giving it to you real raw, rugged, and like the Breakfast Club say, we got a special guest in the building. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Who we got?
What up, it's your boy Futuristic Steps, pow pow, hide your kids, hide your wife, sheesh.
Hey man, and you said you were eating what before we start talking?
I'm eating this McFlamerton double chocolate chip muffin.
Can we quickly just speak about how muffins and chocolate might be two of the worst things of all time? As chocolate is,
What?
chocolate is, yeah. I'll rather eat button chocolate, man. Like I don't understand how people do it, man. You like chocolate like that?
That's a terrible thing to say right now. I'm actually looking in this office right now, and there's a bag of chocolate popcorn. I definitely don't know about that, but the double chocolate chip muffin, you sleep on that.
Wow, muffin. Wow, are you a candy guy? You like candy?
Not really as much as I used to. No, I used to be a big candy guy, but I kind of replaced candy with fruit because now I'm getting older. You know, I got to watch my metabolism and all that.
Hey, that's a fact. When I was like 12, 13, I could eat like a full large piece. But now you're getting older, hey man, you get the gut going on. So that's a fact.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. I used to go to McDonald's and get too hot and spicy and an apple pie and all sorts of stuff, but I can't do none of that.
It's a fact.
I can't say the last time I had McDonald's.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. But I mean, I guess speaking about growing up, when you were growing up, like what were you into just outside of music? Like what were things that you were into growing up?
I was huge into sports. I mean, I played every single sport growing up, all the way through high school. When I was really young, I was a master card collector. I had every Pokemon card all the way through the Fossil series, which is pretty lit. And then a lot of sports cards. But yeah, I spent all my time either recording or playing sports.
What can you hoop?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I just hooped at 24-hour fitness yesterday for like 3 hours.
Hey man, I might have to come to LA just to give you some work real quick. You know what I'm saying, man? I feel like I'm undefeated this year, so I mean, if you want that work, we could definitely set that up, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
You're catching L's all day. Where do you live at?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I mean, but I'm actually going to LA in a couple more weeks, and I can hand you a futuristic ass beating. You know what I'm saying, man? So it's nothing, man. It's nothing. But I mean, I guess speaking of like you growing up, were you into music when you were like a young kid?
Yeah, man, I've been rapping since I was 6. Like, really, really rapping and, writing my own stuff and recording. I think I recorded my first song in 1st or 2nd grade and was doing talent shows and all sorts of stuff in elementary school. So, yeah, I've always been at it.
Were you always a rapper, or were you dabbling into singing or other genres of music?
I still sing. And, yeah, I sung a lot and did, like, show choir and stuff in junior high. I pretty much did show choir because my girl was doing it. But yeah, I did choir and then show choir for a year and rap, sang, all that good stuff.
When do you think, I guess, like you found yourself as a musician? Like you was like, all right, this is me right here.
I think I've always had my own style. From the time I was 6. I mean, influence wise, I was really into like Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Ludacris style stuff. Like animated, faster raps. And so I always just did that, I always rapped a little faster and was always animated. And, I've been like that since I was a kid. But as far as like professionally finding a sound, I guess you could say, like, I think just when I stopped worrying about what everybody else was doing, like, I just, you try to, fit in a little bit with what's popping here and there. But once I stopped worrying about that and just did me, that's kind of when things took off, and that was in 2015.
That's how you do it too. That's how you do it too, because a lot of niggas growing up, they let's see, like the younger niggas, they like to do mumble rap right now, and I mean, like, yeah. I guess whatever you want to call it, and I'm a fan of a lot of those people, but I feel like if that's not you and you're trying to force yourself into that because that's what's popping right now, that's not going to be popping 10 years from now. They're gonna be on to something else. So I feel like that's always a good way to don't try to fit in, just be what you want to be and how you feel naturally it comes out. So.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't force yourself to be like nobody else. And there's already a million of those dudes. If you try to be like them, you're just gonna be at the bottom of the ladder.
So you never caught yourself like rapping younger, and you was like, wow, and like you go back to it now, you're like, I was rapping just like so and so.
No, never that I was rapping like anybody, but I was definitely trash at times. Like I'm like, oh, I used to love this song. This is trash.
Have you seen your music taste evolve too?
Like who I listen to and who I like.
Yeah. Or is that stayed the
Definitely,
same? Okay.
definitely. I mean, I find myself listening to all sorts of different styles of music. Like I really listen to everything. Like I listen to rap, I listen to rock, I listen to country, I listen to indie music, I listen to everything.
I guess if you want to give some music suggestions or somebody that's not rap for people that's listening, who would you suggest somebody that probably you never heard or that person never heard of outside of rap?
I really dig Black Bear and John Bellion. They're super fire. Really, all the Johns are fire. John Legend, John Mayer, John Bellion.
That's a
All
fact.
Johns are pretty lit.
That's a fact. I didn't think about that. Every John is hard. I've never heard of Trash John.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I need to name my son John and shit, man. I need him to come out fire too, man.
The most basic name making the most plain music.
Yeah, hey, I mean, you got just everybody sounds. I mean, you got John Wall, basketball player. Yes, it's a lot of fire Johns out there. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Well, I guess to kind of segue this into what you got going on now, right before we get into it, what are you looking at on TV? Or if
What
you
am I
are,
looking at?
well, not right now currently, but I mean, like in general, like, do you have any favorite shows?
Yo, I grew up like me and my mom's bonding time was like reality shows, so I still record my reality shows. I still record my Survivor and all of that good stuff, which most people probably don't know. But yeah, I still have my little reality show, Survivor, The Challenge, Big Brother. But other than that, it's all pretty much sports. Yeah, pretty much sports is the only time I'm really turning on the TV, unless it's a few of those shows I used to watch with my mama back in the day.
Who's your sports teams?
I'm actually partnered with the Phoenix Suns, so I really rock with Phoenix. Really, everything Arizona. I'm from Arizona, so Phoenix Suns, the Diamondbacks. RIP, they lost last night, but that's the baseball squad. But yeah, all Arizona teams I really rock with. So.
Well, that's great. I just read somewhere that the Arizona Cardinals just picked up Adrian Peterson, so shout out to the Arizona Cardinals for doing that. And yeah, I feel like the Phoenix Suns may have a decent season. They got Devin Booker, so y'all might have a couple of bright spots coming out this year. So shout out to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to them. And then I guess you were just talking about you liking reality shows, and now you shooting one yourself. Is that from you liking reality shows, or was it just like, damn, these niggas offering a lot of money, I'm finna finesse them?
I mean, it was more so like I already kind of do like my tour vlogs and like stuff like that, where I'm giving a look at the reality side of it. So it's like when they approached us to actually really, really film it and go more in depth with it, I was like, oh, this will be great, for my fans to really, really see the behind the scenes stuff, even more so than I was showing them. So it just made sense at the time.
For the people that don't know exactly, what you're shooting, just explain it for them a little bit.
About what this show is about?
Yeah, Stage 13.
Yeah, so Stage 13, the show I'm on, is independent, and it's just about being an independent artist, and it shows, the ups and downs, the highs and lows of that process, and, what goes into it, and, how there's beauty in the struggle, and how much work really goes into what we do being an independent artist. When you don't have these huge labels and you don't have these huge budgets, and you're really just out there in the streets doing things yourself, and, grinding there's four different characters, if you want to say, on the show that represent four completely different things, with Sean Brown, who is, trying to provide for his family, and he's really just, he's struggling a little bit to get on, but you can just see the hunger is there so much. He just wants to succeed in music. And then, there's me, who's touring the world and is like, a successful independent artist who's been at it for a long time. And there's Trinidad, who signed at one point and then came back down, and now he's independent. And then there's Reverie, whose merch game is crazy, and she's really big in Europe and is always overseas performing and stuff like that. So it's like four completely different people, but all independent, and showing that you can really do this on your own if you try.
And where do you see this, like, do you see, like, I don't know how to explain this. Do you see this going somewhere like a season 2, or like breeding off from another reality, or getting another TV show, or possibly getting a label signed? Like what's the end goal for this? Or did you think like this is just something cool to document for the fans?
For me or for independent?
For you.
For me, I don't know. For me, it was just kind of, like I said, it just made sense at the time, and it was a cool look. If there was a season two, I would consider it. But I think if there was a season two, they'd probably want to shoot other artists and keep it going that way. So for me, it was kind of a one time thing, and it showed. It actually was shot like about a year ago, so it showed the process of my last project all the way through. And yeah.
And what you got next after this? Like, you got anything musically dropping or anything else coming after Stage 13?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sitting on like more music than I've ever had just sitting around. I'm sitting on like 60 or 70 songs right now, to be honest. Two full projects. I'm definitely going to be dropping a project before the end of the year. Like I said, I'm partnered with the Sun, so I'm doing that. I actually have an artist signed to me now. Her name's Rochelle Moss, so I focus on her. Yeah, so putting out music and doing a lot of business stuff. I have a clothing store, a clothing line, so just trying to get it in every way, shape, and form.
Oh, what type of clothes you selling, man?
It's like some stuff you could possibly find in Zoomies or Journeys or places like that. It's just stuff that I like to wear. It's called Sheesh World. So if you peep Sheesh World, it's on there. And then my partnership with the Suns, it's Suns World. So it'll be a lot of stuff in their team shops and things like that. But yeah, it's a streetwear brand.
All right, hey, man, if it's fire, man, you definitely got my support. I'm definitely sending the money to get some clothes. You know what I'm saying, man? So shout out to you. And lastly, before we get out of here, I took some fan questions, and this guy, Young NATO, he had the same fan question for you and Trinidad. He said, big fans of both of you guys, but I have to ask, who are you guys? Well, you can't answer for Trinidad, but you can answer for yourself. Who is your favorite porn star?
Lisa Ann, Interracial Milk Gang Bang.
Yo, Lisa Ann follows me on Twitter, man. She's wild, man.
She follows you on Twitter?
Nigga, when I'm talking about...
you gotta go ahead.
This man, I almost goddamn did the Michael Jackson 86 moonwalk into her DMs, man. But I had to catch myself, man. I ain't want to look too thirsty out here, man. But I might have to, man. I might have to slide in the DMs, man. You think I should?
I think she might be retired now, but hey, live life. I'm gonna be jealous as hell to get her.
Hey, man, if I do, man, definitely posting that all over social media so niggas know what's going on in real time. You know what I'm saying? But
it didn't happen.
Hey, man, anything else you gotta say before we get out of here?
I think that's it for all things futuristic. Follow your boy at onlyfuturistic, onlyfuturistic.com. That is all. Have a splendiferous afternoon, good sir.
All right, man. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, and players gonna play. Holla at your boy now.